No, I don't drip. I air dry.
Hi, my name is Clam, and have you been to my house?
Don't interrupt me.
My name is Ben, and I make and sell slabs to people that need slabs. I'm a slabman, and slabs are what I do. And today on Girt, I am talking about towels. My first argument is towels are their own thing. They're not Manchester, they're not haberdashery. Scientists don't exactly know where a towel fits in. Is it clothes? No. Even though sometimes you wear them, you would never wear them out. They deserve their own type of kingdom. They're their own thing, and they need to be respected as such.
Right, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
My name's Max.
Max.
I don't use towels.
You don't use towels.
I air dry.
You just drip it out.
No, I don't drip. I air dry.
Okay, so you've
I
got
let the air dry me.
Yeah, but you still will drip.
No. I'm only being dried by the air.
Yeah, but you still have drips.
If you would imagine my hands wet and I were to go like
They
that.
are a little damp.
They are. And the way that you would dry there wouldn't be dripping onto the ground. It would be letting the air dry you.
But at some point, you're still dripping. I feel like we're getting caught up in semantics, but you would still...
the semantics is where those words are important to me.
Okay, so...
Because I'm not using towel.
Okay.
I'm not going to use a towel.
You never used a towel. What about if you spill something?
I'm going to let that air dry.
So you just dry it just dries up.
Yeah.
But if you say you're wet...
I wouldn't say that.
But say you were. At some point, you're not going to go straight from air dry to dry. From wet to air dry.
I'm confused.
So you're wet.
That's where you're making a mistake. I go wet, air dry.
But okay, let's.
Oh, you're talking about droplets. Okay, thank you.
Hey, Rosco.
Hi, Rosco.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, look, so you're talking about Manchester.
Yeah, Manchester is the thing that traditionally towels have been a part of that kingdom or phylum.
Well, look, this is out of my wheelhouse. I'm a stunty. I'm a stunt man.
Yep.
But I worked on Matrix Reloaded.
Yep.
With a young fella from Manchester.
Okay.
He perished. God rest his soul. But he had told me that Manchester, the city, on their coat of arms is some Latin shit, right? And it means bed, bath, and beyond. Hence the name of the store. Hence the remit of the Kingdom of Manchester. So it's not just bed, it's bath and possibly beyond.
So you think that it originally is everything?
Well,
Manchester's all beyond. What's beyond?
Look, I don't know. I fall off buildings for a living, mate. I'm just telling you what I was told.
So you think everything's
by this guy. Well, possibly.
Are you wearing clothes?
Maybe they're talking about fabrics we've yet to discover in the cosmos.
You're wearing Manchester.
Possibly. I mean, look.
Where does haberdashery? What's haberdashery then?
Well, I think that's got its own,
But that's beyond.
Yeah, well,
So
look.
how can the two things exist?
Mate, you got to take it up with the...
I'm taking it up with you because you said it. What do you think?
I just reckon, look, mate, this young man perished, and the last things he said to me was the remit of Manchester is bed, bath, and beyond. And I just want to honour his wishes.
Yeah, but have you thought about what that means?
No. That's a lot to think about. Thank you very much.
Scusi. Ciao.
Ciao Bella.
Ciao bella. Sì. I'm Orazio. So this is very important to me because as my job is a towel boy. I'm a towel boy.
Yeah.
See, that's my whole job. And
Yeah.
that's why I agree it's so important. It's more, there's no bed boys, it's a different thing. But the towel, that is my job. And I'm with the towel in, how you say, Milano, at the pool. And that is my domain, but just a towel. Not in the water, not wet, after. See?
See.
See, because it's the... how you say how I say is so important. The towel is life. It is rebirth. Yeah. See that's why my job is it cannot be replaced. There's no haberdashery boy.
No, there isn't. Is
No.
And what would he be in charge of? The curtains?
Bravo. See.
I mean, what are curtains are out. When's the last time you even saw curtains? That's what I'm trying to say.
It's not good.
Is that I don't even remember. I mean, a lot of it's been taken over by Big Venetian.
Well, that's close to my heart. That's what reminds my nonno from Venice. Yeah. See, the blinds. But yes, but the towel, it deserves its own life. It is a cycle. With the wet, the dry, back to wet.
And sooner or later, everything becomes a rag, which is a form of a towel.
One of the most saddest days in a towel boy's life, is you have favorite towels. You don't give the beautiful lady favorite customer. You go, that's a good one. That is a nice one. And when it lose.
Because if the towel has so many things that it encapsulates. So you've got in this kingdom of towel.
See,
if we have
it's the Caesar.
If we have
towel is the Caesar of the.
Thank you.
Grazie,
Oh.
Grazie, bello.
Okay, hi, my name is Clam, and have you been to my house?
I don't think so. Clam?
No. Yes. If you will have been there, you will have seen that when I have towels, they're in a cupboard with almost everything else that's like it. Like the sheets for my beds, spare curtains I have in there, picnic blankets, etc. They all sit in the same cupboard. So I ask you, what is the point of having them separate? Okay, and also I play the trumpet in a community band in Nuripta, and the best thing about that is community, and I think what you're missing from this is why would the towels want to be on their own, okay?
I'm not saying that towels don't want to, aren't gravitated to other items, but I'm just saying just because they're in the same cupboard doesn't mean that they're alike. I have disparate things in a cupboard. I've got a broom, I've got an old keyboard, I've got a pair of old shoes that I don't use anymore that I should get rid of. I've got a bucket of memories.
Okay, that's actually impossible. So I think you're flawed there already.
Whether it's impossible or not, does that mean that they are all the same thing? No, a broom is very different to a keyboard.
The towel doesn't think it's the same thing as the sheet. It just wants to be around the sheets as well.
But that doesn't mean
You're
that in
saying
terms
I've got
of
to have a whole new cupboard for just towels because Spotlight need to have their own place for towels? That makes no sense.
In terms of classification, I'm saying that a towel is not like bed sheets. It is completely different. Would I dry off with a bed sheet?
Okay, obviously not, but the fact that they're not the same but they're friends is what's beautiful about our world. You people like you wanting everyone to be individual
just because things
makes
are
me sick.
friends doesn't mean they are not of different kingdoms. There's fungi, there's algae.
Stop saying fungi.
It's fungi.
It's fungi.
It's fungi. That's how scientists on the documentary pronounce it. So that's how I pronounce it.
Fungi?
Fungi is how the scientists said fungi, and I agree. That's how they said fungi. I say fungi. Well,
are you freaking talking about fungi or are you freaking talking about towels?
That's what I mean. Because the towels, just because they're not friends, they are friends. They can be friends. I'm not saying that we can't intermingle, okay? I'm just saying for a purely scientific reason, we should classify towels as their own kingdom.
Okay, but intermingling, surely that means putting them in the same place.
Where do tissues sit? Yeah. Where are you putting the humble tissue?
I would say...
Oh, you would say...
Tissue and napkin. Because I'm going to go... You go...
stutter. Is this the King's Speech?
Paper towels. It's in the name. Would you say there is any similarity?
We're talking about tissues.
I know.
Is this the King's Speech?
Would
We're talking about tissues.
Would you say tissues and paper towels are related?
No.
You wouldn't.
One.
You've never blown your nose with a paper towel.
Yeah, maybe in the barn you grew up in, you were
So you have?
intermingling. No, I would never do that. A tissue is soft and I have sensitive skin. All right.
I would say that it is in the kingdom of. It is a phylum in the kingdom of towel.
Okay. Listen, pal.
Because it's used to
Can't
wipe.
believe it.
What is a towel for? Let's look at what a towel is for. It's for wiping. It's for cleaning. What are you doing with a tissue? You're wiping. You're cleaning.
A paper towel is used for.
Wiping and cleaning.
Don't interrupt me, or I'll scream. A paper towel is for spills.
For wiping up spills.
If you interrupt me,
You're talking very quietly. What
will-
is this? The king's speech?
that was really well said. Got me.
Look, I just want to say, first of all, fundamentally, I
Sorry,
do...
what was your name?
First of all, I just want to say, fundamentally, I do agree with you.
Okay.
My name is Tim
Hi, Tim.
Hewitt, and I just want to say I fundamentally agree with you. I think that everything has a specific purpose, therefore should have a specific place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, in a way, this whole argument is synecdoche for why we need to separate the races. Seeing a lot of red flags go up from your entirely white panel here. And all I'll say is this show works.
Are you?
Thank you for your time.
My name is Gail.
Hey, Gail.
I've worked at Spotlight for 20 years.
Wow, we've got an
Yes,
expert.
yes. Thank you, thank you.
A real material girl.
You betcha, you betcha. And it's been such a wonderful time.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
I always want to talk to everyone about the different things that are there. What would you like to do? Is there anything you would like to know outside of the Manchester Kingdom? Because there's a lot there. But I think it is all part of a beautiful ecosystem of fabric.
Yes, I think fabric is the domain.
Yes.
So you have domain, then kingdom. Manchester is traditionally what towels have been involved in. Is that correct?
I would say yes, that's correct. And it's interesting that you're I think that towels, that's just a type of fabric, right? It's all just types of fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is a type, like you're wearing a shirt, that's a type of fabric.
That doesn't mean that it's a
Skin,
towel, though.
You can make that a leather. There's so much here. Like, I think your mind is quite narrow in that you think the towels need their own category.
So you think everything is a towel, and a towel is everything.
That's what I'm
everything's
saying. I've been
fabric?
saying it for a long time. Everything's fabric. You bring anything down to that little weird table,
What
I'm
about
going to chop
metal?
that up. I can chop it up. I got those real big good scissors.
Okay, what about a gas?
You can cut a gas. I mean, if you don't cut a cheese.
You freak me out, Gail.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I live in a towel.
You live in a towel?
Yeah.
Agree to disagree. If I was a young person, I would never choose to marry you.
Are you a tiny boy?
So you've just proven my point, you stupid